Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing on with the 0 to 60 series. The first episode covered the Dodge Charger, and I received tons of comments asking to do the Challenger, so that's what's going down today. On paper, the Challenger is supposed to be quicker than the Charger as it's slightly smaller and typically weighs around 100 pounds less for the same model, but the difference is very small, maybe 1/10 of a second. Either way, if you want to see how the Charger performs, make sure to check out that video link, it'll be in the top right corner. Just like with the Charger, this is going to show every single Dodge Challenger model 0 to 60 and quarter mile times since the return of the third generation in 2008. I've tried to get footage of each vehicle going 0 to 60 and sometimes quarter miles if those videos were available, and for each I'll display the time that the car is capable of stock, alongside some photos of the cars, and a few comparisons to other vehicles of the era to add more to the video. This will be done in order of slowest to quickest. I'll also be adding the official stats from various media outlets as well as the top speed for each when you remove the governor, which usually limits your speed from the factory. I've tried to find all the stock footage for each video, but please note that each video shown may not necessarily be a perfect run. So we start off with the 2006 Dodge Challenger RT concept. This came out 2 years before the real thing, with the 6.1 liter Hemi V8 with 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, paired to the 6-speed manual. Of course, there's no video for this one, but Dodge claims the car could do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, quarter mile in 13 seconds flat, and have a top speed of 174 miles an hour. The one difference from this compared to an SRT8 production vehicle was the weight, as this concept was made up of lots of lighter carbon fiber pieces by a company called Metal Crafters. On to the production versions. The base model was the slowest Challenger, powered by the 3.5 liter V6 for 2009 and 2010 years only. This was usually called the SE for the US and SXT for Canada. The 3.5 liter had 250 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque, and was paired to a 4-speed automatic transmission for the first half of 2009, and then it was changed to have a standard 5-speed automatic transmission. As I said, for each car I'll post this comparison chart. It's a random selection of other cars from the same era with similar 0 to 60 times. The 3.5 liters with the 4 speeds had posted times from Chrysler of 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds, and the quarter mile in 16 seconds, so pretty slow for a coupe and in the territory of some other trucks and SUVs. The 5 speed was a bit quicker, 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds, and the quarter mile in 15.7 seconds, putting the 3.5 liter Challenger into battle with the likes of the Pontiac G6, Nissan Altima, Lexus ES330, Chevrolet Impala, and Jeep Commander, just to name a few. The only other V6 is the 3.6 liter Pentastar Challenger from 2011 to 2023. The engine didn't change much over that time period, offering 305 horsepower and 268 pound-feet of torque. The 2011 to 2014s have the 5-speed automatic, but the newer ZF 8-speed automatic became standard for 2015 and up models. It's also worth noting that there were all-wheel drive 3.6 liter versions starting in 2017, but I don't see much performance gain or loss with those. The official times will vary, and there are a lot of factors like the transmission, all-wheel drive, sport mode, tires, and more. According to my research, the 5-speed auto 3.6 liters usually do 0 to 60 in around 6.4 seconds with a 14.8 second quarter mile time, and the 8-speed gets that down a few tenths of a second to 6.1 to 6.2 seconds with a 14.5 second quarter mile time. That makes the Pentastar much quicker than the previous V6s, putting it in the territory of vehicles like the Chrysler 200, Audi A5 2-liter turbo, BMW 530i xDrive, Cadillac CTS, and Dodge Avenger RT. The legendary 5.7-liter Hemi Challengers are next, with several configurations. The first 5.7-liter Challengers were out in 2009, so they skipped out entirely on the 2006 to 2008 pre-Eagle Hemis. The RTs are powered by that 5.7-liter Hemi from 2009 all the way to 2023. The Challenger differs from the Charger in that they've usually offered an automatic and manual transmission on most of the Hemi V8 engines. The manual is stock, while the auto is usually around a $1,500 upcharge. Horsepower numbers varied, especially in the early years, but typically the 5.7 liters with the automatic were good for 372 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, while the 6-speed Tremec manual versions had 375 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. Again, Dodge used a 5-speed automatic from 2008 to 2014, and then switched to the 8-speed auto. Here I found the posted RT times never changed much from 09 to 23, whether manual or automatic, or 5 or 8 speed. With a 0 to 60 in 5 seconds and a quarter mile in 13.6 seconds, the RT enters the world of the Nissan 370Z, Camaro V6, Genesis G80 3.5, Honda Civic Type R, and even the Jeep Grand Wagoneer L and Porsche Macan SUVs, to name a few. The next engine is a 6.1-liter Hemi V8. The SRT8 was the only model in 2008 for the return of the Challenger, and continued on with the 6.1-liter until 2010. These were available with the 5-speed auto or 6-speed manual, and made 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. With a 0 to 60 time of 4.7 seconds and a 13.1 second quarter mile, the 6.1-liter SRT8 had really good performance for its era. We can compare it to other cars like the Aston Martin Rapide, Cadillac CTS-V, Mercedes E550, Pontiac GTO, and Porsche Carrera 4. Now we move up to the 6.4-liter Hemi, which was around a lot longer than the 6.1-liter. It was first introduced in 2011 for the Challenger SRT8, and the first 3 model years until 2014 had 470 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque, and the 5-speed automatic or 6-speed manual. From 2015 to 2023, we saw different trims like the SRT 392, TA 392, Scat Pack, and more, all of which got bumped up to 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque with the 8-speed auto or 6-speed manual. There's also a wide-body version of the Scat Pack trim with this engine starting from 2019. Here with the 5-speed automatic, you were looking at a 4.5 second 0 to 60 and 12.9 second quarter mile. This is in the territory of the Aston Martin Vantage, Camaro SS, Mustang GT, Audi S5, and VW Golf R, among others. Those numbers go down to a 4.2 to 4.3 second 0 to 60 and 12.5 second quarter mile with the 8-speed automatic. The wide body might be a tenth of a second quicker, but they're very similar. This enters the world of some pretty sweet vehicles like the Alfa Romeo 4C Spider, BMW M2, Bentley Flying Spur W12, and Rolls-Royce Ghost, to name a few. 2019 also saw the addition of the Scat Pack 1320 package, usually a $3,995 upgrade over the Scat Pack. This is Dodge's Drag Focus 392 with drag radials, rear and passenger seat delete, trans brake feature, and more. The 6.4-liter Hemi output stays the same. In-car acceleration footage wasn't easy to find for this model, but I did my best. Dodge claims some insane numbers for a 392 vehicle, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds and the quarter mile in just 11.7 seconds, on par with some others like the Audi S6 Prestige, BMW M3 Sedan, Cadillac ATS-V Coupe, Toyota Supra Premium, and more. In 2015, we saw the introduction of the Hellcat and the 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8. That engine produced 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, later getting a small boost to 717 and 656 from 2019 onwards. The Hellcats get the 6-speed Tremec TR 6060 manual or 8-speed 8HP90 automatic transmission. 2018 saw the wide-body Hellcat introduced, sold alongside the regular body, again with either the 6-speed manual or 8-speed auto. Using numbers posted from the manufacturer, keep in mind that's usually from a perfect run on a prep surface. The regular Hellcat has a blistering 3.7 second 0 to 60 time and 11.2 to 11.5 second quarter mile time. Dodge claims the wide body helps aerodynamically by about 1/10 of a second 0 to 60 down to 3.6 seconds. Comparable vehicles are the Corvette Stingray, BMW M4, Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, Shelby Mustang GT500, Audi RS3, Bentley Bentayga S, and others. A step up from the Hellcat was the Redeye introduced in 2019. This is still a 6.2-liter supercharged V8, but the supercharger increased from 2.4-liter to 2.7 liters, and there are also many different components like the air intake system, cylinder heads and camshaft, block, and more. The result is a big increase to 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. The Redeye on paper is even quicker, down to 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds and a sub 11 second quarter mile. Again, Dodge claims the wide body is a bit quicker at 3.4 seconds. Here we can enter the world of cars like the Camaro ZL1, BMW M850i, Jaguar F-Type, Mercedes-AMG GT Roadster, and Porsche 718 Boxster Spyder. Now we have the top 3 performing Challengers ever created. Third best is the SRT Superstock, sitting between the Hellcat Redeye and the Demon. I'd argue it's one of the rarest Challengers ever, with supposedly only 200 made per year starting in 2020. The engine is the same as the Redeye with a 10 horsepower boost, up to 807 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. Here, Dodge has added more track-focused features from the factory, like lightweight 18-inch wheels and drag radial tires, allowing for Dodge to claim an insane 0 to 60 in 3.25 seconds and the quarter mile in 10.5 seconds. You can see from the performance chart that the Superstock is in some elite company like the Corvette ZR1, Lamborghini Huracan LP580, Audi R8 V10, Rivian R1T, and Tesla Model 3 dual motor. Next up is the SRT Demon. This was a one-off run of 3,300 units for 2018 only. The Demon gets the 6.2-liter high-output supercharged Hemi V8, mostly the same as the Redeye version, with 808 horsepower and 717 pound-feet of torque on 91-octane premium fuel. When using 100-octane racing fuel and some features from the Demon crate, more power is unlocked, with 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque. The Demon numbers are truly insane, with a 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, quarter mile in 9.65 seconds, and someone was able to hit 211 miles per hour as a top speed during their own testing. The comparables list is jaw-dropping, with the Demon competing with the Porsche 918 Spyder, Tesla Model S Ludicrous, LaFerrari, and even the Bugatti Chiron. That Demon was the world's fastest non-electric production car, until Dodge beat it with another Demon. As part of their 2023 last call swan song for the Challenger, Dodge released the SRT Demon 170 with another 3,300 units to be produced. This is a monster, upping the ante in every way. The 6.2-liter engine gets lots of upgrades, like a 3-liter supercharger and more boost, achieving an output of 1,025 horsepower and 945 pound-feet of torque when running on E85 ethanol fuel. If you're running 91 octane pump gas, the output drops down to 900 horsepower and 810 pound-feet of torque. There are no in-car videos existing yet, so the first public quarter mile will have to do here. With its massive hood scoop, Transbrake 2.0, and $11,500 two-piece carbon fiber wheels with Mickey Thompsons, Dodge claims that on a fully prepped surface with E85 in the tank, the Demon 170 is good for a 0 to 60 in just 1.66 seconds, and the quarter mile in 8.91 seconds. Numbers on the street with regular gas aren't released yet, so I can't comment on those. Dodge was happy to claim this as the world's first 8-second production car, and the quickest, fastest, and most powerful mass-produced vehicle in the world. This list is reserved mostly for millionaires, and I've added price tags on this chart to illustrate that, with the likes of the Pininfarina Battista, Rimac Nevera, Ferrari SF90 Stradale Assetto Fiorano, and Bugatti Chiron Supersport, all with a base price of above $500,000. So there you have it, all the acceleration and performance numbers of each engine from the Dodge Challenger from 2008 until the present day in 2023. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Were there any surprises for you here, or anything you found interesting or odd with the numbers or comparisons? Let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know if you want to see other videos on different car models. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content, and I'll see you in the next video.